Hey there, I'm Chrissy Crash and I'm super excited to share this video training with you today where I'm going to show you the 3 pillars to being a badass athlete and living an awesome life that turned me from low energy, smoker, drinker, fast food eating, constantly stressed, out of shape human into a strong, confident, organized, self-love filled powerhouse athlete. So if you're a busy, former, current, or aspiring athlete, or someone who just wants to feel strong and stay in amazing shape, but between work and practice and life, you feel like you can't seem to get any traction towards your fitness goals, then this video is for you. These next few minutes could virtually eliminate your frustration and anxiety and end the struggle of constantly quitting on yourself. I've been helping overstressed current and former athletes and people everywhere get and stay in amazing shape, develop more self-love, and regain control of their disorganized lives for over 13 years. People just like you who perhaps feel like there's no hope to finally becoming the strongest and best version of yourself without maybe living in the gym 6 days a week or hustling yourself into a stress-induced breakdown. When I was going through my own personal transformation from couch potato into roller derby all-star, I identified that I was missing some key elements in order to really unleash strength both mentally and physically. And maybe you can relate. Maybe you know the kind of fit person you want to be, but you just keep getting knocked down again and again. But there's good news. My friend, there is hope. Using what I teach you today, you can become the kind of athlete who is crushing it, not just in your sport, but in life. Now, in my time working with athletes and in working on myself, I've found that the biggest thing holding you back from getting your life in order, feeling strong, and loving yourself like crazy is that you're missing just a few proven frameworks that separate the stressed from the successful. You're operating out of old, out-of-date paradigms that have had you quit on yourself over and over again. And this leaves you feeling completely drained of energy. And you're watching your personal life and your work life falling more and more behind. And even if you do reach those goals, I'm willing to bet that you're constantly feeling dissatisfied, that you aren't getting there fast enough. You probably never feel like you can establish or maintain an athlete lifestyle without tremendous sacrifice. But the good news is that I've developed a radically new and simple path to feeling energized, fit, strong, and in love with life. And it's probably more simple than you can even imagine. You might be wondering, why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist, and I have been helping people get back on track with their health and their lives since 2009. Using the exact principles I'm going to teach you, I have personally lost over 30 pounds of fat while building strength and increasing muscle and building up energy. And I went from not even being able to stop on roller skates to playing roller derby at the highest level worldwide. I've gone from not being able to run a mile to running the 6th hardest marathon in the world. I've completed a Spartan race trifecta in the elite class, and I've competed in a bikini competition. Using the 3 pillars I will teach you today, I have developed a drama-free relationship with food and cultivated a deep and loving relationship with myself and those around me. And since then, I've actually helped hundreds of other people do the exact same thing. Meet Stephanie. She is a receptionist at an animal hospital as well as an avid hiker, roller derby athlete, and softball player. She was at the peak of her roller derby career when she tore her ACL and it took her out of the game. And to make matters worse, just as she was finishing rehab in the middle of 2020, roller derby and the entire world shut down. And during that pause, she really struggled to stay consistent with eating and working out. Then combine that with not being able to get out much or really do anything, all the fitness and healthy habits that she built up over those years of training and focus were completely lost. She was depressed, she felt uncomfortable in her own skin, and I completely hated how she felt. And she knew she needed to get her butt in gear and start moving again, but she knew she needed to do something different because everything she had tried so far had failed. She recognized that she needed to really focus on more than just food and exercise. She couldn't ignore the importance of mindset, coping strategies, and habit building that are really imperative for long-term life changes. And as she applied the 3 pillars that I'm going to teach you today, she was finally able to rebuild herself better, faster, and stronger than before. And by applying these 3 pillars, she's hit her weight loss goal of 15 pounds, gained strength and stamina, learned not to beat herself up over missing a workout or eating something quote unquote off plan. She learned how to eat different things and absolutely love them. She feels more confident in herself and more body positive. And this is Sarah, aka Sarah Nader. She's a high school science teacher by day and a bank track roller derby skater and ballroom dancer by night. She was miserable doing back and forth yo-yo dieting. She tried strict diets like Whole30 without any success, really integrating them back into her long-term daily routine. She was surrounded by people with a negative mindset and was in a relationship that was not serving her needs. Depressed, emotionally eating, constantly talking down to herself, and feeling hopeless. Sarah found herself at one of the lowest points in her entire life. She knew she was struggling and she knew she needed a change. However, she was really nervous to try another program that wouldn't work out. Then she did put her faith in herself and took the leap and followed the principles of the 3 pillars that I'll show you today in just a minute. And now she moves her feet at derby practice, has lost 15 pounds, improved her posture in derby position. She has a new and improved relationship with foods. She knows how to fuel her body, and she knows it's okay to enjoy all kinds of foods. Yes, even brownies from time to time. She's more confident in being her wonderful self and has felt empowered to try new things like ballroom dancing. And the cool thing is she now embraces that success comes in all different forms. She actually ended up leaving her relationship that was no longer making her happy and has learned how to set and express healthy boundaries for herself. And one of the best lessons she learned is that she's not alone and she can reach out for help and no longer feels like she's afraid to do so. Finally, this is Mac. She is a mother, wife, roller derby skater, ultimate frisbee player, and self-proclaimed professional spreadsheet enthusiast. She was feeling overwhelmed, mentally drained, and she was really struggling to find a sustainable routine to follow that could really flex with her life without her having to constantly think about it. In the past, she went through several different health and fitness routines that really didn't work. She couldn't get her nutrition on lock for more than a few weeks at a time. And like so many of us, being stuck at home for most of 2020, it really left her feeling lost. Now, through applying the 3 pillars I'm going to share with you now, she has lost 30 pounds and 26 inches overall, feels more mentally free and in tune with her body. She no longer needs to put so much thought into her daily habits for her life. And now it's like her habits serve her. And getting outside of her comfort zone, she is pursuing her dream to become a stand-up comic. Each of these women started exactly where you are now, and they were missing a few key pieces that I'm going to share with you right now. So I highly suggest take some notes. This is, has made a huge impact, not just for me, but for my clients as well. Now, the problem is that most people are force-feeding themselves broken diet plans and unsustainable workouts that have them a slave to the gym and constantly starving. All the while, they're ignoring these key pieces of the puzzle. Shifting what we do is equally as important as shifting why we do it. Poor stress management strategies, paired up with a lack of self-love and a perfectionist mindset, are leading people to perhaps start strong in each new and improved fad program, but the results always fizzle along with their motivation in just a week or two. Now, after trying and failing 100 times, I have learned a lot about what it takes to really unleash the athlete within and establish long-term healthy lifestyle. Using the 3 pillars, I have actually transformed myself from smoker, drinker, fast food eater, depressed, and stressed out person into fit, healthy, energized athlete who loves life. I've created the exact process that helps you get from sluggish, slow, and anxious to powerful, fit, and organized. And it operates off the 3 pillars of being a badass athlete and living an awesome life. Now, the first pillar is sustainable strategy, We have access to a million resources to get in the best shape of our lives. There's millions of workout videos and even more articles on how you should be eating. But the problem is, with all of these options and all of this information, it makes it really hard to know which is the best option for you. And it's so frustrating sorting through diet after diet or new complex workout routine. And it makes it really hard to know what exactly do you need to do and what's actually going to get you to the results that you want the most long term, right? Now, when you have the right fundamental strategies, becoming a fit, strong athlete becomes really easy and like second nature. Sustainable strategies is all about finding the simple ways of eating and working out that you can do for life. You need to learn how to separate fads from fact when it comes to food and fitness. The second piece is mastering mindset. Mindset is largely overlooked when it comes to health and fitness and can easily be argued as the most important part. So, for example, we say, okay, I'm going to stick to this new diet and I'm going to use willpower and be really perfect this time. Then you have a bad hour at work and it turns into a bad day, and then that becomes a bad week, and then you have a bad month, and before you know it, you're like, what just happened? This always happens to me. Like, clearly I'm broken. I don't know if you can feel me on this, but what you need to do instead of pushing and punishing yourself is you need to master mindset by shifting what you believe about health and your value in who you are. Really establishing a new mental narrative about yourself and your life, along with creating healthy habits and routines that feel almost like autopilot. This is your key to success. By restructuring your relationship to body image and restructuring your relationship to progress versus perfection, you can actually create a new identity and habit of health. This is not about doing different things. It's about reframing the way you think about what you do. And the final piece is active accountability. When we have someone to keep us accountable that knows our goals and checks in on us, gives us encouragement, but the occasional kick in the butt, it makes sticking to our path much easier. And especially in the beginning, when we have someone holding us to a higher standard than we would hold ourselves, it really causes us to raise the bar for our own expectations, and that becomes our new baseline. Creating a powerful web of accountability with like-minded individuals is key to long-term results. When you take these three pillars and you apply them to your life, results, like real future-altering results, are inevitable. For example, this is Amy. She is constantly on the move as a physical therapist and a skater and a long-distance cyclist. And so lifelong health is crucial to her entire lifestyle. She was struggling to level up her mindset really around fitness and really elevating her fitness goals, and she felt like she was plateauing as an athlete. And in the past, she had tried everything and was carrying a lot of fear around always falling off the wagon or failing at programs and really quitting on challenges that she joined. And she really wanted to tone her body, to really feel strong and develop better coping skills around food. She wanted to let go of the past and totally transform her mindset around food and fitness. So she took on the three pillars I just shared with you, and she is now down 10 pounds on the scale, but she actually dropped more fat than that because she was also building muscle at the same time. She's built up killer self-discipline without ruining her social life or beating herself up. She has decluttered her house as she has decluttered her mind. She also trained for and competed in a 3-day biking event where she rode 164 miles and trained for this around her busy schedule without ever overtraining or burning herself out. And finally, this is Heidi. She's another perfect example of what happens when you take on the three pillars. She was struggling with her mental health, and as a result of her ways of dealing with those challenges, she gained a lot of weight. As a preschool teacher, snowboarder, hiker, biker, stand-up paddleboarder, and roller derby athlete, gaining weight and feeling low energy was taking away from everything she loved to do. And what happened was her self-esteem plummeted, and she started spiraling without even realizing it. And once she did really acknowledge what was going on, she struggled to pull herself out of that place on her own. Anxious, depressed, frustrated, confused, insecure, and stuck. And then she came across my Instagram and started following me, and seeing one of my roller derby athlete clients open up and be honest about the struggles in a testimonial, yes, hint, hint, a testimonial just like this one, it made her pay attention. And she saw the transformations in other skaters and athletes in my program and gathered her courage, decided to stop watching from the sidelines, and using the 3 pillars, she has lost 25 pounds of fat and gained muscle, increased energy and mobility, and learned that her mental and emotional health were linked to her physical health. And now she's learned how to manage them all. She's increased her confidence and learned how to advocate for herself professionally. She is shopping and she loves it now. She no longer feels confined to shopping for baggy clothes and opts for some more form-fitting outfits that she loves. And a huge aha moment for her was that picking herself and working more on her relationships at work and her relationships outside of work has led to a more fulfilled life. This is about so much more than just food and workouts. This is really about making a healthy, happy life for yourself. And you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great, but do I really need these 3 pillars? And look, for most people, not following this program leads to burning too much time in the gym, following fad diets that often reverse progress, or worse, entirely quitting due to life overwhelm or information overload. And too often it bleeds into your personal and your family life because you could never quite get past the point of simply surviving in everyday life. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, when is the right time for me to take on this change for my life? And if you find yourself on the fitness hamster wheel and you're tired of products or programs that don't work, or relying on forced willpower, and you finally want to hit your goals with precision and predictability, then the best time to do this was 12 weeks ago. You'd already be there and you'd already be where you want to be. So I guess the second best time to do this is now. And you can thank yourself in 12 weeks. Becoming a healthy, awesome, strong athlete that you've always wanted to be, it doesn't need to be time-consuming or complex. In fact, the process is a lot faster and more simple than you'd imagine, and getting started, it couldn't be easier. So if you would like to master these 3 pillars and really unleash the energized, confident, organized, powerful athlete inside of you, then the very first step is meeting with me on a one-on-one strategy call where I'll get more information about you and your goals and really make sure it's a good mutual fit. And if it is, you're going to be invited to join your personal coaching team, aka myself and my 2 amazing assistant coaches, and we will go ahead and customize all of your workouts for you based on your goals, your ability level, and your schedule. We will also, be teaching you different topics each week, like Athlete Nutrition 101, building mental fitness, the art of the guilt-free cheat meal, how to forgive yourself and stop being a perfectionist, managing progress and plateaus, and a lot more. My goal in this 12 weeks is to teach you everything you need to know to master these 3 pillars in your life and cause real long-term transformation that leads to more strength, more joy, more peace of mind. And the cool thing is you even have the option to join weekly video group coaching calls. We have a bunch of times each week to choose from, and it's really easy to fit it in your schedule. And on the calls, we'll celebrate wins and strategize any challenges you're having. We'll even hook you up with a weekly accountability partner as you need. Plus, every 4 weeks, you'll have the option for a one-on-one coaching call to look at how the last 4 weeks went and to game plan for leveling up the next 4 weeks. Basically, what we'll do is chunk down the 12 weeks of the program into little bite-sized pieces to really ensure your success. And on top of all of that, you're also going to get access to our members-only Facebook group to connect, ask questions, and make amazing new friends. The best part about this program, though, is that it's designed for busy athletes. So you'll only have 3 efficient and effective workouts per week, plus a daily step goal. Now, I'm a firm believer that this is plenty to get you in great shape. Especially when you're operating out of all 3 pillars, the need to heavily rely on fitness, it really goes away. And I'm going to show you how to organize your time to get more life out of less time. And like I said, my goal is really to help you eat like an athlete without restrictive diets. So you will get your first 4 weeks of meal plans. But what I'm not going to do is basically tell you what to eat for the next 12 weeks. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to easily build that stuff for yourself using foods that you love so you can sustainably eat like an athlete for life. I'm going to show you how basically like what to eat and then when to eat it, why to eat it, and then how to switch it up so you don't get bored or make your family crazy. Plus, I'll teach you how to improve your relationship to food and your relationship to self so you can really lose those diet or habits once and for all. And I'm sure you're probably also wondering, okay, Crash, well, this sounds amazing, but can I actually afford it? And I like to be very straight with people. This program is not some $99.99 ebook. This program is like hiring a personal trainer, a nutrition fitness specialist, and a life coach all at once. Except if you were to go and hire those 3 people individually for 12 weeks, this is easily going to cost you $4,000 or $5,000. But don't worry, my program is not $5,000. And depending on what you need, it's going to be priced more like hiring a personal trainer 3 or 4 days a week for the 12 weeks. And it tends to run a few $100s a month, just depending on what you need, which is far more affordable than anything else out there based on the amount of value that you're gonna get out of this 12-week program working with me. You might be worried about failing at another program, but if your mindset around progress versus perfection is what's getting in the way of your progress, that's the problem. In the 12-week Crash Course in Transformation, I'm gonna help you reprogram the faulty thought process that's had you stuck in an all or nothing diet or mindset. Consider for a moment, what if failing isn't the problem, but rather your definition of and relationship to failure is what has you stuck? I'm going to teach you how to get amazing life-changing results like my clients that I've introduced you today by taking imperfect action. Now, you've got 2 roads you can take as far as I can see. First, you can continue doing exactly what you're doing right now and nothing will change. You'll get exactly what you're getting right now, disorganized, low energy, stressful life of crash diets and no results. Or on the other road, you could allow me to help you solve this and use my proven process to get you the results you've been chasing for years. If you're ready to get the help that you need and really get a simple strategy to get there, then let's talk. The 12-week program, it's the best kept secret to athletes really cutting to the front of the line and getting an amazing results for sports and for life. People love this program, and I'm not just saying it because it's my program. People actually love it. Over the next 5 days, I've set aside some time to talk to you and really see if this is going to be a good fit. I'll walk you through the exact process, and if it will work for you, I will tell you that, and I will invite you to be part of it. But if it's not going to work for you, I will tell you that too. Okay? I have a very high success rate, and so I have an incentive to keep that high, and so if I can't help you, I'm going to be very honest with you. But if I can help you, this could be the very moment that changes everything for your entire life. And consider that it could change the entire way that you experience it. So the way I see it, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So just go ahead and book a call and I will talk to you soon and I'll see you later.